Hey, stop what you're doing for a moment and listen to this. John chapter 18, beginning in verse 10. Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it, struck the high priest's slave, and cut off his right ear. The slave's name was Malchus. And at that time, Jesus said to Peter, sheath your sword. Am I not to drink the cup the Father has given me? Don't miss this message right here. Peter had the absolute best intentions when it came to protecting Jesus. He was trying to prevent Jesus from being arrested. He was trying to prevent Jesus from experiencing any sort of heartache that was coming to him. But Jesus responded to Peter, put the sword away. Am I not to drink this cup? In other words, am I not to experience the suffering that the Father has in store for me? Now, I know oftentimes, especially with this guy, we try our best to avoid any sort of suffering. And we'll do all sorts of things to bring relief, comfort, whatever the case may be. But have you ever thought for a moment that the suffering is there for a reason? The suffering that Jesus was going to face was for a very good reason. The suffering that he was going to face was going to be the cross. And because Jesus endured the cross, you and I now have full access to the Father. When we receive forgiveness, when we receive salvation by way of Jesus Christ, we can go to the Father. We can receive a word from him. He can now lead and guide us down a path that we could never imagine leading ourselves down. But when we have Jesus in our lives, we find that everything we need is there. But at times, we may have to go through the suffering. So whatever you're going through, allow God to do a great work. Even if it means you may have to go through some suffering, trust and know that God is with us. He will never leave us, nor will he ever forsake us. And on the other side of this, it's always going to be good.